Merry Christmas all and welcome to Advent Calendar Clash, a very special festive episode where myself and Tobias will face off against each other, piloting different Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent calendars. Now Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had an interesting and seemingly somewhat random history of releasing Advent calendars. 2011 was the first year that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent calendar released, that being a 5Ds themed one, but only released in Germany. This was soon followed by a Zexal themed Advent calendar released in 2014, also in Germany. These two aren't the ones we'll be using this episode, however, as the Zexal one is actually completely unplayable, consisting mostly of Xyz monsters, so there's only about like 2 main deck cards in there. And likewise, the 5Ds one also contains too many synchro monsters and not enough main deck monsters to make a deck out of. Now instead we'll be using the Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendar 2018, and then the Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendar 2019. These are the only two Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendars to get a wide release in English, and in this episode Tobias will be gifted with 3 copies of the Advent Calendar 2018, and I'll get 3 copies of the 2019 Advent Calendar. Now, before we even get into the deck profile, there is a significant power discrepancy between these two Advent Calendars. So the Advent Calendar 19, which is what I have, is themed around Kuriboh. Now this was at a point in time before they released the Kuriboh Brother cards and the Babylon, so it literally has no win condition. Tobias's Advent Calendar was themed around cards that had some sort of Christmassy connection, and whilst yes there isn't a cohesive strategy, there's not cards that actually synergize with each other, there are plenty of just strong monsters in here, like Toy Magician 1600, how the hell do I beat that? Wind Up Rabbit 1800 that can tag in and out, Snow Money just pops one of my dudes, Tualatin and Ice Queen are just absolutely huge cards. The Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys we actually do not have an out for because our 2 ways of disruption destroy monsters on the field, and then that just brings the Phoenix straight back the following turn. And bearing in mind the most damage we're ever going to be doing a turn is sort of 1500 damage with like a Curie Bandit and a couple of smaller Kuriboh monsters, how the hell are we going to win this?
I don't want any excuses! Champions don't whine, they win!
Well, let's head on over to Dueling Book to have a look at our deck profile, where I have established a couple of potentially viable win conditions. You have to bear with me on this one, it is going to be brutal. Now looking at our deck profile, we've decided to opt for 48 cards in the main deck. This is basically to facilitate one of our main win conditions, which is deck out.
Boy, this is going to be long.
Now there's only one thing that the Kuriboh monsters do well, and that is staving off damage, be it by preventing damage for the whole turn with Wing Kuriboh, or turning monsters sideways with Sphere Kuriboh, or negating attacks with the Rainbow Kuriboh. Our game plan is basically disrupt Tobias, make sure he can't land a single attack, and hope we can keep that going to the point where he runs out of cards in deck. It's unlikely to happen, bearing in mind like we've got to save off what, like 35 turns. I don't know how we're going to be able to survive that long, but we're going to give it our best shot.
I don't like this plan.
Our secondary win condition though is the win Kuriboh level 10, and this is actually potentially achievable. So if Tobias overcommits to the board, we can potentially use the win Kuriboh with the Transcendent Wings, summon out this win Kuriboh level 10 and nuke all of his monsters and inflict damage to him equal to the monster's attack. So if he ever gets into a position where he's committed like 7,000 or 8,000 attack points onto the field, this is just in a way that we can just insta-win the game. If it's about 7,000, then potentially we can maybe like get the comeback with like Curie Bandit on the crackback. Again, it's probably unlikely to happen because it requires both the Wing Kuriboh on the field, discarding your spell trap zone, 2 cards in the hand to discard, and then also playing this garbage card that is a brick 95% of the time.
Not a great plan.
So yeah, we're not too optimistic that our deck is going to be able to put in a good performance against Monster Mash Turbo, but potentially we could just annoy Tobias, maybe get him to the point where he just literally doesn't even want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With us anymore because we're just going to stall out the game.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
How could this happen to me?
I don't know, this is going to be a cluster, a Christmas cluster if you will. Right, let's head on in to the replay. Now just before the game starts, I do want to point out 2 things. Firstly, that Tobias forgot to put extra deck cards in his extra deck and left them in the side deck, so he's not going to have access to Baguska or Heartland Draco. And secondly, I completely forgot I had Link Kuriboh for this first game. Anyway, with that being said, let's get on with the replay. Right, Tobias is going to lead off with a set monster, very strong. We're going to go for our Curie Bandit, just poking on in. Undoubtedly, we're not going to be able to clear it. It's either was going to be the Ceremonial Bell or the what's the other one? Snowman Eater. So another big defensive threat. We're going to take a little bit of damage here and show each other our hands.
Seems like an invasion of privacy.
Right, what's Tobias's follow-up? Down comes the Toy Magician, and that is our Curie Bandit Gonzo. These are cards are so bad. Right, we're going to 1-for-1 get rid of the Whirling Kuriboh because he works better in the graveyard to stave off an attack, and then we're going to summon out the Clear Kuriboh from the deck. I always really like this guy's artwork. it reminds me of Tingle, bizarrely, from Legend of Zelda. It just feels like a card that's going to go like as it sort of pops out of its Kuriboh shell.
Sometimes I make a rod for my own back with what I say.
Right, down goes both of Tobias' monsters for the Tualatin. 2800 if your opponent wants a okay, effect doesn't matter, he's just a big beat stick, and sometimes all you need is a big beat stick.
That's what she said.
To be able to win. We are not going to use our rolling Kuriboh there. It doesn't really matter if the clear Kuriboh dies. We don't have really much desire to keep him alive. We're going to go for the Kuriboh though, setting down our multiply. Just being able to get 5 Kuriboh tokens to stave off battle seems really good. I'm going to find it off in the standard phase just out of an abundance of caution, because I know that Santa Claus is a card, and if Tobias just ends up tributing our Kuriboh, we just would have lost out on all the value there. Firecracker comes down, ooh, big 1700, and we're going to lose 2 of our tokens. We've drawn another Transcendent Wings, which, I mean, technically we can make the Wing Kuriboh level 10, but we want to make sure that we're actually getting some good damage there, so we need Tobias to commit even more to the field. We're going to lose 2 tokens there, and then here we go, we're going to set down the Wing Kuriboh, set down the Transcendent Wings. Things are looking good.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh. Well, they are not looking good, because there is the Santa Claus. Jolly old St. Nicholas is going to come down and just completely dunk on our Wing Kuriboh. Oh, followed with the Snowman Eater to out your own Santa Claus.
I killed Santa.
That was a lot of cards we just lost there. Okay, our final token we're going to try and protect with the Wing Kuriboh, just to salvage a little bit of our life points, using the Sphere Kuriboh, turning the Tualatin sideways. Right, we've got 1 Kuriboh token and a dream, baby.
Not much, is it?
Well, we can't do anything this turn, so we're just going to pass on it back over to Tobias. Down, oh wait, we can't even beat a Valera Fawn 400 attack. That is just too strong for us. Right, we're going to lose a token and then take the 17, but then go for the old Sphere Kuriboh, putting that Tualatin back into defense mode. Oh, we're going to use the clear Kuriboh actually instead, taking the 2800 and drawing a card. Since it's not a monster, we just get to keep it in the hand. Fruit Summoning Kuriboh is really strong here. We are going to set that guy down and hope that Tobias overcommits. Okay, 1500, 33, 5000. Okay, it's not going to be quite game, but we're going to have to go for it. We're going to go for the Fruit Summoning Kuriboh, summoning out the Wing Kuriboh from the deck, then firing off the Transcendent Wings, tributing him off along with the Wing Kuriboh level 10 and the Transcendent Wings in the hand to summon out the Winged Kuriboh level 10, baby.
Activate. Where did it get that? Transcendent Wings. It can't be. Oh, it be. Transcendent Wings has evolved Wing Kuriboh into a level 10 monster, and it gets better.
We're going to play his effect right now, nuking the board by tributing himself to blow up a lot of Tobias' life points here. Not that we have much in the way of the follow-up. Oh, it only destroys attack position monsters. Damn, man, the Snowman Eater just evaded that. We're going to set down the Wing Kuriboh. I don't know how we're going to do 1600 damage. We don't really have any way of getting past the Snowman Eater now, but you know, we did a big boom. We had a play.
That's got to count for something, right?
All right, Lone Fire. Oh, you're doing my job for me, Tobias. Deck thinning. I love to see it down to 24 cards, Tobias. Can I last that many turns is the question. Right, Clear Kuriboh is going to get cleared by the Lone Fire Blossom, and we're just going to pass again. Tobias is probably going to commit. Nope, still just going to keep the Lone Fire Blossom train going. We are going to lose our Rolling Kuriboh here. Flute is nice. We've got... Okay, if we ever get into a position where we can get the 3rd Transcendent Wings and we can pull out the final Wing Kuriboh, yeah, that actually potentially is a way to our win con if we are lucky enough to draw into the Transcendent Wing soon.
Don't give me hope.
Now comes Valera Fawn. Oh, because I'm worried about the Firecracker, we're going to go for the Sphere Kuriboh and the regular Kuriboh, turning Tobias' monster sideways and negating the damage from the Lone Fire. Honestly, if we get below like 2,000 life points, 2 Firecrackers that Tobias draws, he can just discard them and just win the game on the spot. So we cannot abide that happening. Down comes Elf, and Tobias is going to go for non-lethal. Okay, we're going to go for the Kuriboh here.
Bobble, bobble, as the dead might say.
Right, gaining 1,200 life points. Why did you not put the other guys into attack mode to try and actually win the game. We are also going to use the willing Kuriboh just to preserve the Kuriboh so he doesn't die. We're going to fight off the 1-for-1, discarding the Bandit to pull out the Kuriboh. This is potentially our best Kuriboh monster. It's a very good way of being able to recover a lot of advantage. We're going to turn our Kuriboh sideways and pass the turn. Right, Tobias is going to be able to turn everything vertical that he has, tributing the ceremonial bell for the cock-a-doodle-doo. Wow. Why has that got anything to do with Christmas? That is a bizarre choice for the Advent calendar. Right, we are going to lose the Kuriboh, lose the Kuriboh, and then as the cock-a-doodle-doo tries to attack directly, we are going to fire off the clear Kuriboh, summoning out the willing Kuriboh, which will then die to the cock-a-doodle-doo. And then as our attacks, we will take that damage. I don't know why I did that. Why didn't I go for the Kuriboh? Detonate is pretty good. We do have, yeah, we have a couple of ways that we can potentially use that. We're going to have to see what Tobias cooks this turn though. War tributing your own Santa Claus. That I guess it's more damage, right? Okay, on this direct attack, we're going to have to fire off the Kuriboh. Bringing back the Kuriboh, the winged Kuriboh, the second winged Kuriboh, and of course the sphere Kuriboh. Right, do we have any way of protecting these guys? Not really. We're going to lose some of them, all of them basically, apart from the final Kuriboh that we're going to protect using the willing Kuriboh here. Right, I think it's going to have to be time that we go for the detonate for one. That feels absolutely abysmal. We're just going to pass. Maybe Tobias doesn't find a way to win. Right, we're going to go for the detonate. Yep, tributing one Kuriboh, popping the cock-a-doodle-doo, and then we do have a way to stave off the inevitable here using Flute of Summoning Kuriboh to pull out the winged Kuriboh here. Just about living on a prayer. And yeah, I don't know what single card can save us. A clear Kuriboh is not it, Chief. But yeah, we got nothing that we can use in the graveyard. That is disappointing. Right, into game 2. We didn't do as well as I was expecting there. Like, Tobias still had quite a number of cards in the deck, so maybe our stalling capabilities are not very good.
Oh, yeah, wow. What a surprise.
Starting off with the clear Kuriboh, we're just going to set that down, plus the multiply and pass the turn. Tobias is going to lead off with the Lone Fire Blossom. I'd love to see your boy doing my work for me.
Thanks for the help.
Not deciding to attack my monster for some reason, even though the Lone Fire Blossom would have absolutely cleared it. Down comes the Firecracker. Good to see him being summoned and not used for burn, and we're going to lose the clear Kuriboh. Oh, the flute. We love to see it. We're just going to pass though. Don't really want to use our resources too early when Tobias only has a couple of monsters on the board. I'm going to use the sphere Kuriboh though to shave off one of those attacks, summoning out the Kuriboh Bandit, which will die, and then we're going to take a nice 1500 to the dome. Oh my gosh, we actually have the 3-card combo there. Multiply, detonate, and the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. Come on, commit more.
You know you want to.
Down comes Hoshinin again, and yep, he's buffing himself up to 1000. This is quite a bit of damage we'll be taking here. We're going to go for the Flute of Summoning though, summoning out the regular Kuriboh, putting him down to 0, and then are you ready, Tobias? We're going to multiply, tributing one Kuriboh to summon 5 tokens.
One Kuriboh is becoming many.
Those disgusting fuzzballs, they're spreading like wildfire.
And unfortunately, the way that Detonate is worded, we have to destroy all of them, even though Tobias only has 4. I would love to be able to only destroy 4 to pop 4 and keep 1 just for like damage, but unfortunately that is not the case. The whole board gets nuked and we're back in the game. Kuriboh Bandit, strike on in, swipe Tobias's life points down by 1000, death by 1000, cuts and all that. Oh, we're actually going to go for even more, because we're going to go for the 1-for-1, sending our Sphere Kuriboh to the graveyard, pulling out a Lin Kuriboh, and then linking him off for the Lin Kuriboh. Oh my gosh, take this, Tobias. You're going to get 1300 to the dome. That is like basically a 6-turn clock when all is said and done. You clearly fear the Kuriboh Bandit for what you're doing a setting. Well, we are not going to attack into that probably Ceremonial Bell or the Snowman Eater. We're going to let you build up your defenses for a while.
Snowman, attack!
That is a pretty good way of dealing with the Lin Kuriboh, stopping him from being a lingering threat. Down go both of the Snowman Eaters for Tualatin, and do we have anything we can do here? No, we do not. That is a big 2800 straight to the face. We're going to 1-for-1 get rid of the Kuriboh Photon. I think we have to just go for the Kuriboh here. This is the only way we can really stay in the game, especially given that we have the multiply detonate combo once again to be able to utilize our Kuriboh as an offensive nuke. Down comes Elf. We're going to banish the Wing Kuriboh to protect it, and then it is going to die to the Twilighton. We're going to normal summon the Kuriboh, clear Kuriboh, and pass the turn. Why do we do that? Okay, just to be kicked in the teeth by a Valero Fawn apparently. We're going to go for the Kuriboh. As it declares an attack, we're going to summon out the Kuriboh, the Sphere Kuriboh, and then we're going to fire off the Multiply, summoning out 3 tokens, and then pitching them all for the Detonate, blowing up Tobias's board.
And because of the way the Kuribohs attack, you're about to see just as many explosions!
No! Kuriboh self-destruct on contact with the enemy!
I guess we did it this way just so that we had the strongest amount of attacking monsters on the field. Oh my gosh, it's over, Tobias. The Kuriboh is in our hand, and with that, we can recoup any life points you dare strike at us. In the main phase 2, we are going to link off the clear Kuriboh into the link Kuriboh just to give us a little bit of extra protection against his attacks. Tobias is just going to set and pass. Hopefully he's setting and regretting. 2 cards set. This is amazing. Tobias cannot out 300 attack. I don't know what his hand is, but it's clearly shit.
Mushrooms.
Down comes another set monster. Oh, these Kuribohs are just putting on too much pressure for you, Tobias. Toy Magician gets summoned. Okay, that is disastrous. And then ding dong, a ceremonial bell times 2.
The bells! Sanctuary! Esmeralda!
Oh my god, the bells are caked up now. They're up 500 attack as all my monsters go to 0. I mean, I thought 300 was low enough for you to be able to deal with Tobias, but let alone put my guys down to nothing. Right, we are going to fire the Link Kuriboh, just putting 1 bell back to 0 for the turn, but then our other Sphere Kuriboh will die, and we will just go for the Clear Kuriboh, drawing the Rainbow Kuriboh, which we do not want to summon, so we're going to keep that in hand, taking the 1000, and then for the 2100, we are going to go for the Kuriboh, gaining a nice 2100, slurping that life points back into ourselves. Right, Tobias is going to end the turn, and his bell is going to resume at 500 attack. Since you've decided to buff up lights, we're going to go for our Wing Kuriboh, strike on over the bell, swipe him, well done the Wing Kuriboh. This is an absolutely huge card. I mean, I don't know how you're going to be able to deal with this 800 Chungus.
How are we supposed to stop something that massive?
Elf is going to get summoned, and we're going to take no damage thanks to the Kuriboh's ability, apart from the 200 damage from the Heshinin again. Our turn, we've got some really funny stall tools in the hand. Oh, we're going to actually use the Kuriboh's effect to revive back the Wing Kuriboh after it was destroyed by a battle at the end of the battle phase, protecting him and giving us another turn of free protection against damage. Down comes the Ice Queen.
Let it go, let it go.
And Tobias is going to clear the Wing Kuriboh this turn. We don't yet have a Kuriboh that we can revive him back with. Looking at our own hand though, we've got 5 disruptions, so we're feeling pretty good here. Whoa, especially when Tobias is just overcommitting to big dudes. Oh, I did not realize you had the Nephthys in the deck. That is, wow, how do we actually permanently deal with that? Because both of our ways of dealing with stuff like the Detonate or the Wing Kuriboh level 10 destroy, and then that guy just comes straight back in the following standby phase.
Which means he is unkillable.
That is a problem for a point in time where we're actually trying to establish a win. For now, we're just going to try and lock these guys up. First of all, we're going to use the Sphere Kuriboh to get rid of the Nephthys' attack. Then we're going to go for the Rainbow Kuriboh, locking onto the Ice Queen and freezing her out of being able to attack again. I guess we're just going to probably wait for the Sacred Phoenix to attack and then go for the other Rainbow Kuriboh, locking that monster up as well. And now we just, I guess, wait until Tobias puts enough damage on the board that Transcendent Wings is going to be game. So he's at, what's he at? 29, 49, 53. We just need a 500 attack monster. Why would you do this to me, Tobias? Tributing them both for the second Sacred Phoenix. We're going to use the Rainbow Kuriboh from the graveyard, summoning himself back. And then he is going to get banished on destruction, as we tribute him off for the Link Kuriboh, which we're then going to use to sink the Sacred Phoenix to 0 for the turn. Don't quite know why we did all that. It basically amounted in nothing changing.
Everything I did was...
Do you want to say pointless?
We're going to set down the Multiply and pass the turn. Down comes the Toy Magician, 4,000 damage on the board. Can't quite go for the Transcendent Wings yet, and we are going to have to go for the Sphere Kuriboh, putting the Nephthys to defense mode. Oh, that gets us to Wing Kuriboh. Please, please play a monster. Please play a monster. Oh my gosh, I don't know whether I can keep living without you committing.
Like most first dates, we were off to an awkward start.
This was really bad. We're going to go for the Kuriboh on the direct attack, summoning back our Kuriboh, Rainbow Kuriboh, and the Sphere Kuriboh, and then the Link Kuriboh. And then the Wing Kuriboh, we're just going to go all the Kuribohs. Don't know why we went for the Link Kuriboh, because he's stuck in attack mode, which means you would take the damage. And we're just going to tribute him when the Sacred Phoenix attacks and stave off the inevitable another turn. Right, Tobias is down to 12 cards in deck. We might actually win by deck out, even if we aren't able to establish a Transcendent. Oh, you absolute whoop, Tobias! Don't you realise what you've done? The attack points on your field outnumber your remaining life points, so I will fire off my Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, discarding 2 cards. Oh, I didn't actually. I activated the wrong card there. I had the Transcendent Wings. Whatever, you know I had it. Tobias probably knows I had it. That's game anyway. It didn't look like I had Transcendent Wings. It looked like I was completely spaghettiing, but it was face down, so you know it counts. It counts. Oh my gosh, we scummed a win with Kuriboh. Whew, that is an achievement I did not think possible. Into game 3. Can we actually take the match here? Like, that would be insane if we do. Alright, let's see our opening hand. Oh, that is a really, really bad start. One way of negating attack other than the Kuriboh, which you really want to save until we've got like a big amount of cards in the graveyard, and then 3 spells that are pretty much useless. Tobias is going to do our job for us, doing the old Lone Fire deck thing. Multiply also doesn't help. Yeah, we just can't do anything. This is... I mean, not that we'd be doing much anyway, but like normally we'd have at least like 4 cards in hand that prevent attacks. Here we've only got 1.
So sad.
Take the 1500, that is fine. Oh my god, another Kuriboh. We need like smaller Kuribohs, the ones that just like negate 1 attack, not the ones that summon back everything. Right, down comes the Sacred Phoenix. We're just going to go for the Sphere Kuriboh, turning it sideways. 2400 is a bit too much damage for us to take. Flute is really nice here. Potentially that enables us to get into like some Transcendent Wings funniness if we are able to draw those cards as well. I'm going to take the 3900 here. Wing Kuriboh, would love to see him. Okay, this is a potential way that we can stave off a few more turns now. We've got the Wing Kuriboh Invitation. It's going to die. We're going to go for the Kuriboh, reviving it back. Preserve our life points for yet another turn. We're going to go for the 1/1, pitching the Willing Kuriboh to summon out the clear Kuriboh from the deck. Just deck cleaning really, and hopefully we can draw the Transcendent Wings and just nuke Tobias' board. Down comes the Hoshin again. Look at this, 4,000, 5,500, 6,500 you've put on the board. That is like nearly lethal if we draw like a Kuri Bandit for follow-up. Clear Kuriboh will die, and then the Wing Kuriboh will die, but then get reborn by a Kuriboh.
I live again!
Fun! We're going to keep Tobias in this nightmare scenario for as long as we can, but it doesn't look like we are drawing the wings here, so yeah, this is pain. A second Hoshin again. Okay, we stave off damage for yet another turn thanks to Wing Kuriboh. Love to see the Kuriboh. That is a great way of being able to stave off a couple more turns here. And isn't that what Christmas is about? Annoying your opponent to death.
And that's the true spirit of Christmas.
Just non-stop Kuriboh action, baby. We're going to lose them all. We're going to bring back the Wing Kuriboh, though. You will never escape the Kuriboh maze, Tobias. Firecracker is going to get fired off. We're going to take 1,000 damage. That also is really annoying because it means that Tobias doesn't draw next turn, so his clock of decking him out is actually slowed by that card. Very strange that this card has absolutely no relevance to real Yu-Gi-Oh! It has like 2 significant usages in this specific matchup.
You have finally found your niche.
Wing Kuriboh is going to fade and we're going to take no damage. We're just going to pass. Tobias is not going to draw. That's disastrous, and try and go for the lethal line here. We've got the Kuriboh though, reviving back the clear Kuriboh, the Sphere Kuriboh, the Willing Kuriboh, and the Wing Kuriboh. Everything's going to fade, but at least we don't take any damage. Can we please just draw the Transcendent Wings at some point? Oh my god, this is disastrous. Right, Toy Magician is going to go in. We're going to go for the Summoning Kuriboh, bringing out the... Is that our final? Okay, that's only our second Wing Kuriboh. Okay, so we are not quite cooked. And then 2 things are going to get attributed for the Tualatin. Oh my gosh. We've got so many lines into it if we draw the Transcendent Wings. Unfortunately, no. We're going to go for the 1/1, discarding to summon out our Kuriboh. Then we're going to go for the Multiply, summoning out 5 million tokens. We're going to keep the Detonate into Tobias' next standby phase, just so the Nephthys is dead for the next turn and will not be able to attack us this turn. Down comes Toy Magician, going in for the lethal push, with the Kuriboh though, gaining up that nice 1300, and then dying as well. We can't really do anything yet.
Say that exact same thing every turn.
The Sacred Phoenix will return. Good thing we have the Rainbow Kuriboh. Oh, we're going to go for the Clear Kuriboh, summoning out the Kuri Photon just as a body blocker. And then the Rainbow Kuriboh can stop the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys from ever being able to attack us again. One card. We need Transcendent Wings. This is disastrous. Tobias is going to tribute the Sacred Phoenix for the Cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh, sorry, we have the Kuriboh, the final one, to be able to revive back our board of Kuribohs, which will get mostly torn apart here. We're going to use the Wing Kuriboh to protect one Wing Kuriboh, and then the other Wing Kuriboh will die to battle, and then the final one will die to the Snowman Eater. Damn, I thought I could preserve like our life total for yet another turn. I guess not. We're going to go for the Link Kuriboh, just getting him in rotation just because he can be a bit sticky here, and then set down the Detonate plus the Multiply to be able to nuke the board. Thankfully the Wing Kuriboh is actually big enough to deal with the Snowman Eater. Woo! Our first damage of the game, 300 Tobias. Watch out, you're in trouble. And it's over to Tobias. Down comes a second Toy Magician. Why don't you ever want to put these guys in the back row, Tobias? I really think it would be much more advisable to just leave these guys as spell cards that do nothing. Right, as he attacks, we are going to go for the Multiply, summoning out all our tokens, which we're going to then just destroy with the Multiply, popping Tobias's board. At this stage, we are sort of up.
No, you're not.
We can get a bit aggressive here. I'm going to go for the 1-for-1, pitching the Wing Kuriboh level 10, summoning out the Link Kuriboh from the deck, then getting rid of our Rainbow Kuriboh for the standard Link Kuriboh, punching on in for a whopping 900 damage.
Lots and lots of damage.
Oh, feels good, Tobias. Your life points are evaporating before your eyes. What hope do you have of the one little deer? Could just absolutely body block all of our guys. I'm not sure why you didn't attack, because I would have had to tribute a Link Kuriboh. Oh well. Okay, Tobias is just giving us some free turns, I suppose. Sounds good to me. Okay, there goes the Snowman Eater, popping one Link Kuriboh. And Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Tobias is able to clear up our board, and it's over to us. We're going to go for the Link Kuriboh here, and watch this killer combo. We're going to tribute him, summon back the Link Kuriboh. That triggers the Link Kuriboh, letting us draw a card. That might actually matter. Having an extra attack negator could actually keep us in the game. That could be the difference maker. Oh god, Firecracker's going to get fired off. That's another 1,000 to the dome. Is that all of your ones used? Oh no, he's still got one potentially. That's annoying. So I can't let myself drop below 1,000 life points, because then I just lose. How the hell do we want to do this? We're going to go for the tribute, reduce the Valerian to 0, and then as the Cock-a-doodle-doo strikes in, we're going to go for the Rainbow Kuriboh, summoning him back from the graveyard, and then using the Link Kuriboh to protect him from battle. Please draw Transcendent Wings. Oh, we actually have one in the hand already. I just didn't notice it.
Very observant.
Okay, we actually have the full combo, but we just need Tobias to commit a big monster to the board, which unfortunately he is not doing. We're going to use the Link Kuriboh, banish, and then die to the Cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay, please. Okay, ooh, here comes the Nephthys. That's 4,000 damage. You just need to summon out a Twalatin, Tobias. You can do it. I believe. Come on, summon the Twalatin. You know you want to. Okay, the final Firecracker fires off, and we are down to 900. Living on a prayer, living on the Sphere Kuriboh. Yeah. And the Performer Power, Kuriboh. Bobble. Give me those 2,100 life points. I'll slurp them back up to 3,000. You thought I was near death, Tobias. I am invigorated by this festive fiend. Right. Straight into another one. Don't mind if I do. Please put a Twalatin on the board, Tobias. Please put bigger monsters on the board. Okay, nope. We're going to take a 1,600. And just when you think it's all over, bam! Here comes Kuriboh number 2, baby! Gonna gain up another 2,100, slurping that good stuff into our life points. And things are looking alright. Okay, what's that? 5,400. We're going to go for the Transcendent Wings. Sacrificing everything for the Wing Kuriboh level 10. Blowing up the board, putting Tobias down to 1,400. Oh, only 4,400? Okay, I thought we had an extra 1,000 then.
Yeah, I can't do math.
And then maybe we could have like scummed a win with like Curry Bandit and stuff, but yeah. Well, we can put him down to 1,400, and that is probably all she wrote, as we have run out of body blockers, because all of our Wing Kuribohs are in the Tobias will get back his Sacred Phoenix from Nephthys and kill our Curry Bandit, putting us down to a sweet 2,100. The clock has basically run out on our ability to do stuff. Down comes our... We're going to take the 1,500, sure thing. We're not quite dead yet, because we do have this summoning Kuriboh here, grabbing our Kuriboh, which we can fire off to stave off the Sacred Phoenix from Nephthys' attack. Rainbow Kuriboh is nice, that at least protects us from Sacred Phoenix, but we've got no way that we can deal with Elf. Unless you tribute them both for Twalatin, baby. Maybe, Tobias? Do you want to tribute them both for Twalatin?
I'm begging you.
No, right, we're going to Rainbow Kuriboh, prevent 1 attack, and then the Nephthys is going to be able to strike on in, dealing with our final life points. Man, we got you down to 11 cards in deck. I actually had less cards in deck due to my own sort of deck thinning through stuff like the 1-for-1 and Transcendent Wings, but it is what it is. I do not think we had a way to win that game after our Wing Kuriboh level 10 blew up the board. We needed Tobias to commit enough monsters to the board where Wing Kuriboh level 10 plus the Curie Bandit would have been lethal, but unfortunately that was not the case. Well, I can't say I'm too surprised or disappointed with how my deck performed. It did basically better than I expected. The fact that I managed to put Tobias down to low cards in deck a couple of times and actually managed to scum 1 victory out of this entire match, like, that is more than I expected when I was building the deck and looking at what I had to work with. We soundly proved here that the 2018 Advent Calendar is significantly better than the 2019 one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this festive treat, and also let me know in the comments below what you think of Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendars. Is this a product that you'd like Konami to bring back? I personally really loved them when I opened them a few years ago when they came out. I thought it was just really fun as the days went by, just seeing what card lay in wait behind the door. Obviously none of the cards are too impactful competitively or like good really from a collection standpoint. They're not like rare cards or cards that are otherwise hard to acquire, but it's just something fun to sort of build up that excitement throughout the month of December rather than just the boring sort of chocolate advent calendars that we all get every year anyway. So yeah, I think this is a product that I'd love for Konami to bring back. I just think it's a really fun avenue, especially for kids and those young at heart like myself that really enjoy that sort of excitement of wondering what's behind the door. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, do please subscribe and check out my other 2 regular series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Structural Decay and the Seal of Poggle Calcos. Alright, thanks everyone, and have a very Merry Christmas.